Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, happy Friday. It is June 30th and the end of the month.
You beat me to it. Happy Friday to you as well. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. It is June 30th.
And we hope you had a good week so far. But looking out there with live cam, you know, the sun's out, but it's nice to know that we won't see the triple digits today.
Yesterday was a big day. We stayed below 100 degrees, which was, like I said, small victories here. We're moving in the right direction. We do have some clouds out there this morning, still mostly cloudy. Those clouds, like yesterday, will burn off pretty quickly, and by the afternoon, we'll be looking at full sun. Our ridge of high pressure now moving east, and it's bringing a ton of heat to places like Louisiana and Mississippi, where heat indices today will be right around 113, 115 in some cases. We know how that feels, but we'll let them deal with it because, again, it is moving east and temperatures for us won't be as bad. We're forecasting a high of 99 here in San Antonio. That'll feel like 102 around 1 o'clock. Heat index could go as high as 102, maybe 103, but again, that high close to 99 between 4 and 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then look for temperatures to dip down to 90 at 9 p.m. with some partly cloudy skies. If you have evening plans, no issues, but know that it will be fairly hot. Rain chances coming up. We have put in some chances Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A little bit more moisture in here. We'll have an opportunity to get a few afternoon isolated showers. If you're traveling this weekend, we're going to talk about where you might see some delays. Plus, we'll take a look at the coast and see how the forecast looks down there in Port A. And we have a new tropical storm in the Pacific, Beatrice. More on that in just a bit. But let's get over to RJ now with a look at morning traffic.
All right, things have been pretty busy throughout the morning as people make their way in and around the San Antonio area. On your Friday, maybe trying to get an early start to the weekend here. Take you outside, TransGuide, looking real quick at Loop 1604 at Northwest Military Drive. And you can see traffic has been moving a little bit slow through this area. And the reason why is because we have a reported stall in this area there on the westbound lanes of Loop 1604, again, at Northwest Military Drive. So it looks like things are starting to kind of move a little bit better in that area, according to what we saw from our cameras and also our maps right now. So let's stay on 1604. Here we have another. This is a reported crash there in the westbound lanes at Stone Oak Parkway. You can see there's more of a significant delay in this area here. We'll see if we could get a camera on that here in just a bit. And then further south, we get a lot closer to downtown near northwest side, I-10 westbound at Culebra Road, a stalled vehicle in that area there. So just be cautious if you're heading in and around these areas throughout the rest of this morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you so much. Former State Senator Carlos Uresti is expected to be released from federal prison this morning after serving only 4 years and 4 months of a 12-year sentence. That
correctional facility where Uresti has been is in Bastrop, and that's where we find our Erica Hernandez. She joins us live right now. And Erica, any word when Uresti will be released?
Steph, Mark, we actually aren't quite sure yet. We were told that release would be around 8:30 this morning. Now, as you can see, we are not allowed on federal property. We're actually at the gate of the Federal Correction Institute here in Bastrop, hoping to get a glimpse of him as he drives off. I do want to give you some background on this case. In 2018, Uresti was found guilty of 11 different felony counts dealing with money laundering and fraud. He was also found guilty of bribery in a separate case. Not only was Uresti sentenced to 12 years in prison, but also ordered to pay more than $6 million in restitution to the people he defrauded. Uresti's attorney, Michael Watts, announced his release yesterday and said he was able to be released early due to the First Step Act, which gives credits for time served and good behavior. In a press release, Uresti is quoted saying he is a better man, and through his journey, he has emerged wiser, healthier, and happier. Now, we hope to hear that from himself as well as he drives off. We will stay here until we get that shot of him coming out of this federal prison. In the meantime, you can stay with KSAT 12 and KSAT.com for the latest. Live in Bastrop, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Erica, thank you.
And here's today's 9 at 9.
The Supreme Court has voted to end affirmative action in the college admissions process. The High Court ruled that colleges and universities can no longer take race into consideration when accepting students. President Joe Biden spoke out against the decision, saying the court, quote, walked away from decades of precedent, end quote.
Today marks the busiest travel day for the 4th of July weekend. The TSA expects more than 17 million people to fly between now and the middle of next week. Thousands of flights were canceled this week for severe weather. But TSA officials say they are staffed and prepared for the holiday travel weekend.
Over 100 million people from Vermont to North Carolina are under air quality alerts. This is happening due to smoke traveling south from wildfires raging in Canada. IQ Air is saying Toronto has the world's worst air quality, followed by Washington, D.C., Detroit, and New York City.
A study found Texas's 2021 abortion ban led to nearly 10,000 additional births. The data comes a year after the U.S. Supreme Court's reversal of Roe v. Wade, which had guaranteed a federal right to abortion. Since that decision, a number of states have enacted abortion bans.
Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey appeared in a London court this morning for his trial on a dozen sex offense charges. The charges against Spacey include repeated incidents of indecent and sexual assaults. He has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The trial is due to last about 4 weeks.
Protests in France are spreading to more cities. This happening after a 17-year-old boy was killed by police earlier this week. France's foreign minister says 667 people were arrested overnight as violence continues to grow across the country. French President Emmanuel Macron is scheduled to hold an emergency meeting today.
Companies the Department of Health and Human Services contract with are the latest victims of a sweeping cyber attack. At least 100,000 people could have had their data compromised in the breach believed to have been carried out by a Russian criminal group.
The U.S. economy is beating expectations again. The government reporting stronger first quarter growth than initially reported. Consumer spending growing at the fastest pace since mid-2021. Unemployment claims fell last week. And this explains why most Fed officials figure there will be 2 more interest rate hikes this year.
The CDC has given the green light to 2 RSV vaccines for older adults. RSV is a highly contagious virus that causes flu-like illness in people of all ages. The CDC expects the vaccines to be available in the fall. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Happening today, Mark Howerton will find out how much time he will be spending in jail. This is the latest mugshot taken right after he was found guilty a few weeks ago. Howerton found guilty of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury in the case of Kaylee Mandotti. Mandotti was killed back in 2017. Howerton was on trial twice for her murder. He is facing up to 20 years in prison. Prosecutor David Lunan said Mandotti's family is relieved to finally have some closure in the case. Stay with us on air and online at KSAT.com. We'll bring you updates as soon as we get them.
A San Antonio man has been sentenced to 99 years in prison for killing his aunt 4 years ago. It took a jury just over an hour to convict Michael Phipps in the deadly shooting of Becky Ibarra in June of 2019. Now, Ibarra went to her mother's home where Phipps was living. The two got into an argument about a money card when Phipps said that Ibarra attacked him. Now, Phipps went on to say he was acting in self-defense when he grabbed a gun out of his pocket.
Right now, 9:06, 81 degrees still ahead on GMSA at 9.
We are taking a look at some of the 4th of July celebrations you can attend this weekend. That's coming up.
If you try to keep cool this summer, there are fun activities happening at a local museum. Let's check in with Tiffany Huertas.
Good morning. That's right. If you're looking for an activity to do indoors, check it out. There's so many here at the Briscoe Western Art Museum, and we're going to have more coming up after the break.
From transportation and weather to animals, astronomy, and engineering, these are some of the topics you can explore at the Briscoe Western Art Museum this summer.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the museum with more on their summer education series, Full Steam Ahead, and explains the different programs. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Friday. Just check it out. Look how beautiful this entire museum is. We're just showing you a little portion of it, but there's so much to explore here. The activities this summer here are amazing, and there's a lot of different ones happening here. Good morning, Amber. Good morning. Tell us a little bit more about this location and about the programs that families can participate this summer in.
Would love to. So here at the Briscoe Museum, we focus on 4 pillars of American art. So that's going to be our Native American, our American cowboy, our vaquero, and then our flora and fauna. And so with that, when you come here, you're going to see 3 floors of amazing art and artifacts. And we have an amazing sculpture garden here along the San Antonio River. But with that, we love to offer free family programming. So our Full Steam Ahead program is a way that we take our art and we connect it to science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and of course the art that we love here at the Briscoe.
And the activities are incredible. Can you show us some of them that you have here prepared?
Certainly. So this time that we will be doing simple machines, which is going to be trade jobs, like how they move things in the American cowboy way. But also we've had opportunities to do a simple short circuit where we take the clouds and the imagery from our art and we turn it into a technology and have a simple circuit right there that's going to light up. But additionally, everything is going to be pulled from our collection. Here, as you can see with this simple machine, we have taken some K-cups from home, a little bitty straw, hole punch, cardboard from home, and just some little things that we can use to measure. And this is a way in the olden days that they would weigh their goods. Of course, it's a simple one, so it's a little bit shaky, but it'll hold. But of course, again, sorry, we'll just set that to the side for you right there. Sorry, but again, we have a lot of great activities. This program is offered the first Sunday of every month from 1 to 3, but it's also paired with our Locals Day, which is a great way for Bexar County residents to explore this museum for free. Go ahead and sign up online on our website, briscoemuseum.org. That's from 10 to 5 that you can visit the museum, but 1 to 3 we will offer our STEAM programming, so we encourage families to come out and have a great time. And if I could just plug National Day of the Cowboy, okay. July 22nd is National Day of the Cowboy, and here at the Briscoe, we do it big. Live music, food, games, arts and crafts, and we celebrate everything about the American West. So we really want families to come out this summer and have a great time with us.
There's so much passion to STEAM here. And how is all of this connected to STEAM and back to the museum as well?
Well, we recognize that there are other ways to look at art beyond just the beauty of it. And there is something represented in every piece of art that's connected to the way we've lived our life. So taking the science of what we see in the art, connecting that back to what we do every day, I think is really important for kids to see, but also allows them to grow a passion for art while they still pursue an engineering degree if that's what they so choose. So we just hope families come out, take advantage of these free opportunities. It's a great way to spend time with your kids and really get out this summer and stay in the air conditioning.
Which is a plus. But what I love about this is for kids of all ages. And we're going to have all those details on KSAT.com. We'll send it back to you for now.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Tiffany Huertas live over at the Briscoe here in the downtown area. Justin Horn joins us here at the desk, looking ahead to the last day of June. And boy, this month has really ramped up temperatures.
It has. We started off okay, and then we ended up not so okay. One thing that you've been hearing about a lot on the national news is travel delays. And, you know, they've been blaming weather a lot, which I think does play a role. But there's other factors, too. Anyway, I do want to show you the travel forecast. If you're flying out today, here's the good news. We're not detecting any delays at any of the major airports across the country. There is some rain out there. But so far, no big delays. And as we look into the afternoon, this is where we have the risk for thunderstorms and where there could be some delays this afternoon if these severe storms pop up, which, yes, weather does play a big factor in these airport delays. But places like Denver, Kansas City, St. Louis, Nashville, down to Atlanta, that's where you could run into a few issues. Later this afternoon, if you're doing some driving, maybe you're heading down to Brownsville. It'll be partly cloudy down there, 96, but it'll feel a lot warmer than that with humidity there. El Paso, one of the warm spots in the state today. If you're heading west, down I-10, 102. But no rain here in Texas and no thunderstorms or anything like that to worry about. If you have plans to head down to the coast this weekend, looks good there too. Temperatures will be in the low 90s. Seas won't be all that bad, 2 to 3 feet. And there is a small chance of a storm on Monday, about a 20% chance, and the water temperatures, 84 to 89. They stay really, really warm if you're heading down to the coast. Right now, we've got 82 here in San Antonio. Cloudy skies. Dew point is at 74. Southerly winds at 17. Feels like 88 when you factor in the dew point of 74. That number does come down in the afternoon. And you see the cloud cover. The morning clouds a little thicker this morning. Always helps to keep temperatures down just a hair. And as long as they stick around, the better off we are this afternoon. These clouds will eventually scatter out, but they're a little more widespread than they have been last couple days. 79 in Kerrville, 82 Hondo, 86 our warm spot down there in Cotulla. In around Bexar County right now, we're looking at low 80s with some 70s for Bernie Stage and Comfort. Dew points in the mid 70s, so it definitely is beyond muggy. But yesterday afternoon, we saw the dew points come down into the low 60s. It's a little better, close to pleasant. I mean, it's not really pleasant outside with temperatures near 100, but at least you don't have the heat index that's just jumping way up there. By noontime, 90, it'll feel like 100. And by 3 o'clock, 98 feels like 101. 99 at 4 o'clock feels like 102. We'll keep those feels like numbers at about 100 through 8 o'clock before we see things cool down just a little bit into the 80s. It is another CPS Energy yellow day. We know what that means. We got to conserve during the afternoon. So far, we've been doing pretty good with respects to ERCOT and energy production, but we all got to do our part here with these kind of temperatures. The real hot stuff is off to our east now. So the forecast heat index, places like Jackson, Mississippi, 113 this afternoon. It'll feel like 106 in New Orleans. 104 in Birmingham. They've got heat advisories, excessive heat warnings in effect there. And that heat high stays away from us. It pushes south and then eventually east. So that opens the door a little bit for some rain chances, I think, as we get into Monday into Tuesday. Monday, maybe just a 10% chance. Not great. We don't have anything out there that really triggers the rain. But as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, I think we could get a little bit of a sea breeze and just some pop-up afternoon stuff. 20% shouldn't really have any effect on Independence Day plans. Same story on Wednesday. Rain chances may try to go up a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see. Right now, we still have a 20% chance in the forecast. 99 Saturday, 98 Sunday, 97 on Monday. Temperatures come down a little bit with the added clouds and that potential for rain. Granted, it's a small potential, but it is there.
We're glad. And especially
I am, yes.
4th of July.
Any rain we could get, and obviously things have been kind of dry with fireworks, all that sort of stuff. So we'll take it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
918, 82 degrees.
And coming up, we are getting a behind-the-scenes look at a local camp helping students of all ages learn the art and sound of mariachi. And welcome back. It's 9:21. So from elementary level to college students, 44 youth vocalists have had the opportunity to study mariachi music under master vocal instructors at Mariachi Extravaganza Summer Camp this week.
The camp is happening at the Tobin Center just down the street from us here at KSAT. Tonight is their big performance. Sarah Costa visited the vocal students and spoke with them about what they have learned this week. Sarah.
Good morning.
Morning.
I spent about an hour with those students yesterday. They age and range anywhere from like 8 years old to college students. They're so talented. I really enjoyed hearing them sing and their passion. So not only are these students talented, some are actually finalists and winners from Mariachi Extravaganza National Vocal Competition, but they all share the passion of learning the tradition of mariachi music. So vocalists from California to New York to Texas, they all sent in their audition tapes and were invited to Mariachi Extravaganza Camp at the Tobin Center. Happened this week. The students say they learned how to sharpen their vocal techniques and the importance of understanding the message behind the song, not just reading lyrics off a page.
Being able to sing it to other people and be able to show them the way that you're feeling without even like telling them, but with the song you're telling them the whole story about yourself. Basically, it's amazing.
So under the instruction from opera and mariachi master vocalist, students also learned the importance of passing down the Mexican art tradition of mariachi music. You can support these artists by going to their final performance tonight. It's at the Performing Arts Carlos Alvarez Studio Theater at the Tobin Center. This is happening at 7:30 tonight, and you can find out about that ticket information by heading to KSAT.com. And hey, coming up at noon, hear from some more students about what inspired them and made them fall in love with mariachi music. And that little girl that was just on the screen, me and a photographer, Azian, we kept going because she was just like, every time she would sing, she'd turn a different person, become super passionate. And I just loved seeing their passion and that younger generation just taking on that art and tradition of mariachi music.
And talking about being invested in your art, can tell she's got an emotional stake.
I know. And then, of
At such a
course,
young age, yeah.
natural in front of the camera. As soon as we started I mean, she just becomes.
She was right on it.
She's a star.
Aww.
Most of these kids are.
Well, I love that they're now having these programs in schools, even when the kids are younger.
Right.
So my daughter's elementary, they have it already, and so I'm like, oh, this is
Did
so
not
cool.
have that growing up.
No.
So
we didn't either.
I love seeing it.
Me too.
Now, when we spoke earlier this morning, there wasn't a web article up yet, but it's up now.
Yep.
I just found it online, and there's a link to tobincenter.org at the very bottom of the article that they put together.
Where you can purchase those tickets. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Sarah.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
And taking a look at some of the 4th of July events happening this weekend, Visit San Antonio will host their annual Armed Forces River Parade. So this year's theme is Heart, Spirit, and Soul. The event recognizes our military service and sacrifices. It features patriotically decorated floats carrying all branches of military personnel. The River Parade will happen Sunday from 6 to 7 in the evening at the Riverwalk.
Tomorrow on Sunday, Market Square will be hosting Independence Day celebrations. There will be music, working artisans, tons of food. Celebrations begin at 10 in the morning and end at 6 in the evening on both days. Best part, it's free for everyone to attend.
And there will be a fireworks show happening at Brook City Base this weekend. It will be hosted by Texas State Representative Liz Campos, and Congressman Henry Cuellar will be a guest speaker. The event will go from 6 to 10 night at the base, and it will have music, food, face painting, and much more. So parking for this celebration will be free.
9:25, 82 degrees. There is still more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including more 4th of July celebrations, including the event that will be happening on Tuesday.
Plus, a crazy story of a nighttime walk that ends in a deadly fashion. What police say happened to a couple when they were out at a local trailhead.
And as we head to break, let's go ahead and check the roads with TransGuide. Things looking pretty good for 9:26 in the morning. A lot of vehicles there at Loop 1604 and Northwest Military, but at least things are moving. We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's 9:29. Now to today's travel rush before July 4th. The TSA says more than 17 million people are expected to fly between now and the middle of next week. So today, the busiest day of them all, and severe weather adding to those headaches.
Meanwhile, the extreme heat has become even more deadly here in Texas, and smoke from wildfires up in Canada is expanding yet again into the Northeast. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood with the latest.
The holiday travel rush starting with a scare in Southern California.
Came in for landing, struck a bird, leaving behind a big dent in the nose cone of this aircraft.
This Southwest jet colliding with a bird before landing in Burbank from Las Vegas. No one was hurt, but the airline was forced to pull the plane out of service. It's just the latest hiccup during a stressful week for travelers. With more than 600 flights canceled Thursday alone, passengers are on edge with bags piling up at airports. Some people stranded for days. And the TSA says today will be its busiest of the holiday weekend.
We're staffed and prepared.
While airlines are mostly back to normal after storms and staffing issues led to cancellations earlier this week, United Airlines is not. The airline canceling more than 400 flights Thursday, far more than any other airline. Earlier this week, United CEO blaming the FAA for staffing issues it says caused the delays. The transportation secretary tells ABC News it's not that simple.
United Airlines seems to have some issues that are specific to their airline.
As for United, the company says more cancellations could be on the way as it closely watches the weather in Chicago and Denver, where a storm covered the area in hail. Parts of the Midwest have also been battered by severe storms that brought winds of more than 80 miles an hour to Illinois, leveling trees. Those storms blowing away that harmful smoke from the Canada wildfires. The eastern part of the country, not as lucky. These were the skylines in New York and Philadelphia, where air quality alerts are in effect today. Detroit and Washington, D.C. also blanketed with haze. And there is also suffering in the south, where a heat wave has gripped more than a dozen states. In Texas, at least 13 deaths have been blamed on the scorching weather so far. And with the heat index expected to reach above 110 degrees in certain areas throughout the weekend, officials warning people to stay cool and stay hydrated. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And looking out there with live cam, 82 degrees. I still see some cloud cover, so right now at this moment would be a great time to take a walk or go for a run.
Yeah, take the dogs out before the pavement gets too hot. It's always a good time for that. And you just heard Morgan talk about the smoke that has been blanketing parts of the north and the northeast. I want to show you where it moves today. So Detroit, it gets a little bit better, but if you're in Washington, D.C. or New York, still bad. Still continues to be bad through the afternoon. Now, I do think by the time we get into Saturday, it kind of pushes up a little bit further north, so it's just really just the far east coast there that is dealing with it, but it will still be a problem. And no, we are not getting any of that smoke down here. It has stayed well to our north, so we don't have to worry about air quality. I know Mike showed this earlier, but I think it's worth showing again. Cash, man, that's a cool looking dog, and he's splooting. We've gotten so many splooting pictures in, and I love these. But he just looks so relaxed and cool. It's nice. It really is. Well done, Cash. We appreciate it. Keep the pictures coming. We love to see those pets finding ways to stay cool. There's a look at the satellite picture. The clouds are there. Yes, they're fairly thick right now. They should break up some as we get into the afternoon. 80 right now in Kerrville, 82 in Hondo, 84 Pleasanton, 82 in Gonzales, and low 80s here around San Antonio. We're going to check in on the tropics here in a second. We'll also look ahead to the weekend and Independence Day as well, coming up in just a few minutes. Now we're going to toss it over to RJ.
All right, Justin. Yeah, traffic is clearing out as people make their way around town during our 9 o'clock hour here. Okay, don't want to show that camera there. No stream working, but we do see 281 at St. Mary's. Things looking pretty good here. And then the 281 Encino Rio out there on the north side. Things looking pretty good in that area as well. 90 at Military. Traffic moving along pretty smooth right now throughout most of San Antonio. So do we want to give you an update real quick on this crash that was reported there on the westbound lanes at Stone Oak Parkway? I just checked the TxDOT page, and that has been cleared out. So this is good news here. Just kind of giving you an update that is all clear, good to go there if you were headed out to 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Now, we do still have this stalled vehicle that's still causing a little bit of a problem there on the near northwest side, the I-10 westbound lanes at Culebra Road. Something to just kind of watch. You see traffic is starting to kind of build there just a little bit, but not causing too much of a significant delay. Something that we'll continue to watch. One more look at our citywide map. A lot of green on the screen here as people kind of head out, maybe an early weekend, maybe just getting out and about on their Friday. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Make sure to check our traffic page for the very latest updates and information. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, RJ. And developing right now, San Antonio police are investigating after a man is shot dead while at a trailhead. This happened just before 10 p.m. last night in the 6900 block of Border Brook Drive. That's not far from Ingram Park Mall on the city's west side. Now, police tell us that the 27-year-old man was sitting on a cliff with a friend when two men in masks showed up and tried to rob them. That man was shot several times before the suspects ran off. The victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. And a woman out on bond for a DWI charge is now in jail again, this time for a deadly hit and run. That incident happened earlier this week on the city's northeast side. So this is 27-year-old Savannah Mercedes Lopez. And according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Lopez was driving too fast when she hit and killed a 62-year-old man in the 7600 block of Glen Meadows on Monday night. The victim's body was found Tuesday morning, and the sheriff's office believes he was homeless. Sheriff Javier Salazar says an interview with the suspect led to that arrest.
She and her husband were brought down to headquarters where they gave conflicting stories as to how that damage could have occurred. It became pretty obvious to our investigators that they were lying. They continued the line of questioning, and then finally this female suspect admitted that she was in fact the one driving the vehicle.
The woman is facing charges of failure to stop and render aid causing death, which is a third-degree felony.
All right, I believe we're moving on to sports. We're led by the #1 overall NBA draft pick, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs opened up Summer League training camp yesterday at the Spurs practice facility. Victor will skip the California Classic and will join the Spurs in Las Vegas next week. The Cali squad will be led by second-year guards Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley. Summer League head coach Matt Nielsen likes the attitude and work ethic both guys are bringing to off-season workouts.
We have good players in this team, skill sets, all that kind of stuff, but their attitudes are in the right spot right now. They're hungry, they want to get better, and you can say all that, but the actions that, Blake's, Malachi's, and Jeremy's, and the list goes on, have been in here doing the reps at all hours, and I think that's the most exciting part, is giving them a chance to now play and use some of that in the summer is great.
They definitely want to see us grow from the first Summer League last year and, this year, so I feel like all the players, from me, Blake, Julian, Dom, all of them, I feel like we all are taking a step. So I'm really excited to play.
Spurs will play 2 games in the California Classic. That's coming up July 3rd and 5th before heading to Las Vegas for the rest of the Summer League. Breaking entertainment news. Alan Arkin, Oscar-winning actor best known for his work in Little Miss Sunshine, has died at the age of 89. Right now it's 9:37.
I was going to say we'll have more on that on KSAT.com. You're watching GMSA at 9. Where you can go this summer to see a meteorite that fell in the Rio Grande Valley earlier this year.
Done is Congress passing a law to forgive that much debt.
Terry, thank you. And stay with us here. Let's bring in ABC's senior Washington reporter, Devin Dwyer, because Devin, just for a little bit more clarity here, there were 2 separate cases. There were a couple people who brought their case forward, and it had to do with fairness. But at the end of the day, it was the rights of the states, and those states that challenged this, they're the ones who prevail.
Yeah, 6 Republican-led states brought the challenge to the Biden student debt relief plan. That's a significant subheadline here. The court affirming the ability of Missouri and others to sue the Biden administration to block this plan on a rather tenuous basis. The court today saying that because Mohila, which is the nation's largest student loan servicer, is based in Missouri, it has ties to Missouri. Effectively, it gave Missouri what's called standing, the ability to bring this case. Mohila, of course, would have suffered significant losses on its books if the Biden administration erased all those loans. So the court today said it would be impacted, Missouri would be impacted. But the bottom line in all of this, with students with all of that debt on their hands, federal student loan debt, will soon have to begin repaying those loans. There's been a moratorium on federal student loans for the past 3 years. The administration says those payments will now resume this fall. But good news for critics of this plan and those concerned taxpayers who are worried about the price tag of this proposal.
Yeah, it's been a real roller coaster for the students out there hoping to get some relief. Let's bring in Kate Shaw, our ABC News Supreme Court contributor. And Kate, part of the problem for the administration was the scope and scale of this plan.
That's right, Whit. So it's undeniably a very large plan and program, but the administration defended that size and scope by basically saying, look, Congress passed a statute giving the administration, the Secretary of Education in particular, the power to waive or modify the provisions of student loans in the face of a national emergency. And Justice Elena Kagan, writing the dissenting opinion for herself and the 2 other Democratic appointees, basically said Congress gave the administration this power and the court should not second guess based on its vision of what fairness looks like or how much relief is too much, congressional judgment to give agencies that power and the way the agency exercised that power. So in some ways, it's really a debate about the role of the court in second-guessing policy judgments by both Congress and by administration agencies.
Kate, thank you. Let's bring in Mary Bruce, our chief White House correspondent, who's joining me here in the studio in New York. This obviously a huge loss for the Biden administration. How are they reacting now?
This is a huge blow to the president. This was a major campaign pledge that he made and was hoping to be able to fulfill. A source inside the White House telling me they strongly disagree with the court's decision. The question is what comes next. This White House has been very hesitant to discuss any plan B. They thought clearly that this court decision was going to be their best shot at fulfilling that promise. But the White House is telling me now that the president is going to come out and speak on this later today and that he is prepared for this scenario, that he will be announcing new steps. The question is how sweeping will those steps be? Because, of course, there's only so much that the president himself can do. There are some possibilities here, though. The president can, I suspect you will hear him discuss his other student debt relief plan. This is a plan that he already put out several months ago. It's an income-driven repayment plan that would essentially cap the amount that a federal federal student loan borrower has to repay to 5% of their discretionary income, down from 10%. It is also possible that he could try and enact some kind of grace period on those repayments that Devin was talking about. They're set to begin again in October based on that debt deal that was agreed to a couple months ago. The question is, can he give people a little bit more breathing room here? Again, that's a solution that would just kick this down the road. One more thing. The president is going to make very clear, I'm told, that Republicans are to blame for this. He's going to try and pin this squarely on them as we head into the election.
Yeah, a message he hopes to take to the people to try to gain votes, but only so much he can do legally moving forward. Mary Bruce, thank you so much. We do want to pivot now to the other big ruling that we got this morning, handed down. This is the ruling on free speech case involving a familiar challenge here. The question, whether businesses can refuse service to LGBTQ customers because doing so would violate the business owner's First Amendment rights. This was a 6-3 decision. The Supreme Court rules for a Christian web designer who objected to making wedding websites for same-sex couples. And we're going to go back to Devin Dwyer on this one because, Devin, we've seen cases like this before the court, but this one much more sweeping and broad.
A significant and sweeping decision, Whit, and surprising many of us who have covered the court on this issue from some time. You know, the First Amendment prohibits the government from forcing any of us from saying anything we don't want to say. At the same time, civil rights laws in this country say that businesses that are open to the public have to serve everybody. But what the court said today is that businesses in some cases can refuse to serve certain customers if doing so would force them to say something they don't want to say, like a business who designs websites, a stationer, maybe even someone who is landscaping your yard. If that is an expressive, customized, and tailored service, Neil Gorsuch said that the government cannot force you to do that business with someone that you don't want to do business with or something you don't want to say. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, who was in the dissent with the three liberal justices, said this is the first time in history, in her words, that the Supreme Court has granted a right to businesses open to the public to refuse to serve a member of a protected class. She says this decision threatens to balkanize the marketplace and even, Whit, in her view, could allow some businesses to refuse to serve, say, interracial couples simply because if doing so would force the business owner to say something they didn't want to say. So a striking and sweeping opinion. Justice Neil Gorsuch didn't articulate the limiting principle, if you will, for this this decision. And so it's certainly going to invite much more litigation down the line.
Devin, as you mentioned, the lack of limits as they're spelled out or not spelled out here raises a lot of questions going forward. It is worth noting that, again, what Sotomayor said in her dissent, she says, in her view, this allows a web designer to refuse to serve interracial couples if such a designer opposed interracial marriage. So, again, raising a lot of questions here going forward. Let's bring back Kate Shaw. And, Kate, legally, what does this mean for businesses and customers?
You know, this really is, I think, an enormous change. Justice Sotomayor, I think, is quite right in her dissent. You know, these public accommodation laws have a lengthy historical pedigree. They've been part of our federal laws for over 70 years. And in most states and localities, there are similar laws. And they just say that if you're a business and you provide goods or services to the public, you can't discriminate. And in recent years, discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and sometimes gender identity has also been prohibited in many places, including in Colorado. And until now, the Supreme Court has never said that one of those laws violates the First Amendment rights of a business or business owner who wishes to refuse service to some category of customers. So I do think that Devin is exactly right that this case has potentially sweeping ramifications for the ability of business owners under some circumstances to provide services and to the ability of customers, I should say, to receive services on a non-discriminatory basis, you know, in the public square. And it's not something that the Supreme Court has ever blessed. As long as we've had public accommodation laws, there have been objections, sometimes religiously grounded objections, and the court has never sided with those, has always upheld these laws. And so this is a very significant and I think very new rule the court has set forth today.
All right, Kate, thank you. I want to bring back Mary Bruce here because, Mary, now we have two losses as they could be perceived for President Biden. Only so much he can do, but again, a message that he would take to the voters.
Exactly. And we haven't heard yet from the president in response to this case. I suspect he will speak out forcefully forcefully against this. Of course, Joe Biden is someone who has spoken passionately about how everyone deserves to be treated equally with dignity and respect, no matter who you love. His administration has already passed new federal protections for same-sex couples, the Respect for Marriage Act. And of course, this is Joe Biden, someone who led a real national political transformation on the issue of same-sex marriage, coming out in 2012, surprising many with his support for same-sex marriage. That was a watershed moment in this country, as you recall, then forcing then President Obama to come out and do the same. But again, this is an issue where this administration, the Biden campaign, is going to hope to mobilize voters, drive them to the polls next November.
Mary, thank you. Let's bring back Terry Moran here because, Terry, we had affirmative action yesterday. We have these cases today. This is another defining moment for the Supreme Court and its conservative majority.
It sure is. And you see how much elections matter, right? Since these three justices appointed by Donald Trump have taken the bench, you've seen how fast and far the court can go. Abortion rights, gone. Affirmative action, gone. Today, a traditional understanding of public accommodation, that if you hold out your business as a public business open to all, you must serve all. The court limiting that today on the basis of free speech rights, and there's more to come. This is clearly a Supreme Court with the bit between its teeth, with the conservative majority not just in charge, but really eager to reach out and accomplish goals the conservative movement has had for decades. We're seeing the impact in law and in life in this country, and they aren't done yet by a long shot.
Two more major decisions at the Supreme Court. Terry Moran, thank you, and our entire team of contributors here. Of course, our coverage continues on ABC News Live and abcnews.com. I'll be right back here with the entire team for World News Tonight. For now, I'm Whit Johnson in New York. Have a great day.
Well, as expected, two big rulings from the U.S. Supreme Court today, and we'll have much more coming up on those online at KSAT.com and in our later newscasts.
Yeah, for now it is 9:51. Let's go ahead and get a check-in with Justin.
Yeah, and we're ending June here.
Make sure your mic's on, buddy.
My apologies. We'll get the microphone on. We'll be on here in just a second. And there we go. There we're on. Now we're on. My apologies. Yes, so we're ending June, heading into July. What does July look like for us here in San Antonio? The average high is 94, the average low is 74. When we start the month, by the end of the month, the average high is 97, the average low is 75. So it's not a big fluctuation in temperatures. It's typically a hot and dry month. The record low, 60, set back in 1905. The highest temperature we've ever seen in July, 107, set back, well, just last year. So let's go outside for you. On this last day of June, we've got temperatures in the low 80s right now at the airport. Still mostly cloudy skies. So our morning cloud deck still there. Probably lasts another couple of hours. And as we've been saying, it actually helps. It just keeps temperatures down a little bit in the morning. It can shave off a few degrees in the afternoon. 84 Stinson, 82 Kelly, 82 at Randolph. We've got a good south-southeasterly wind right now. Forecast temperatures 99 here in San Antonio, 95 Fair Oaks Ranch, 95 in Bernie. 99 in Divine. We could see a few places that hit triple digits today, but again, we are moving in the right direction in the sense that we're seeing less and less of those three-digit numbers on the map and more two-digit numbers, and that is a good thing. As we look at the satellite picture, there's all the morning clouds, and they're pretty extensive this morning. Rock Springs, cloudy right now. Del Rio seeing some morning clouds, and we're seeing those here. They scatter out a little bit more as you head east, but still some clouds nonetheless. And as we look at the big picture, still pretty evident. Everything's moving up and over our Ridge 5 pressure. There's some storms headed towards Atlanta, but this is an area here that's really going to see some big-time temperatures this afternoon. And there could be some severe weather on the northern periphery of our high pressure, but nothing here in Texas. And it still has influence on us. It's just not bringing the extreme heat like it was. Now, as we get into next week, it's good far enough east where we don't even have to worry about it. And we may start to get some scattered or isolated showers here across the state of Texas. Now, Monday, I don't think we're going to see much here, probably just a 10% chance. But as we get into Tuesday, I think our chances come up a little bit. We may see the sea breeze get active, which can kick up a shower or two in the afternoon. And that's probably going to be the case on Wednesday and even Thursday, too. 20% chance of rain. You'll see some of those clouds bubble up in the afternoon, and there's always potential you could get a downpour where you are. Not great chances, but chances nonetheless. Let's head out to the Pacific. We've now got two systems that are really starting to get active here. This is Hurricane Adrian. Category 2 storm, winds are at 105 miles per hour, gusting to 125. It's moving northwest at about 7 miles per hour. And then the other storm system is this one. This is Tropical Storm Beatrice. a little more important here because this is going to move right up the west coast of Mexico, bring some heavy rain to places like Zihuatanejo, Colima, and Puerto Vallarta as it moves northwest as well. And there could be some pretty heavy rain involved here. It's going to be a Category 1 storm. Then it moves towards Cabo as a tropical storm. I don't think it really brings us much moisture. It could bring us a little upper level moisture, but it probably doesn't do much for our forecast. So here is the 7-day laid out: 99 Saturday, 98 Sunday, 97 on Monday. And then we'll get some small rain chances, as I said, next week with some slightly cooler temperatures.
All right, just in time for the 4th of July. And we are taking a look at some of the 4th of July events happening on Tuesday. The first one we're talking about is SeaWorld. So they will be celebrating Independence Day with their annual 4th of July fireworks spectacular. The fireworks show is expected to start at 9:45 that night. Guests are encouraged to dress in red, white, and blue to join in on the fun.
And the city of San Antonio's official HEB 4th of July celebration returns to Woodlawn Lake this year. It kicks off at 11 in the morning on July 4th and will go on until 9:30 at night. There will be games. There will be live entertainment, of course, the big fireworks show. This event is free and open to the public. Just a heads up, no overnight camping at Woodlawn Lake will be allowed this year. But here we are, already on the eve of 4th of July, right around the corner. A lot of folks taking the whole weekend off.
Yeah, including Monday into the 4th of July.
Make it a 4-day weekend.
That's a smart way to do it.
Not bad. And at least temperatures won't be as bad on Independence Day as they have been in years past. And maybe we'll get a shower or two, but it won't mess up your plans.
Yeah, it'll be good. It might be refreshing for some spectators out there.
Compared to what we've had.
Yes.
It could be, exactly. Yes.
Well, we look forward to it. Well, everybody, have a nice weekend.
You as well.
Thank you for joining us today.
And again, two big decisions from the U.S. Supreme Court today. Look for more coming up in just a little while on KSAT 12 News at noon.